Hello, gute Schüler. Today I am in North Dakota for this. This is a sugar beet, which I believe is a Zuckerrübe. And I am here to harvest sugar beets. My job is to drive this truck right behind me. I'm standing at the farm right now, and right over there is my motorhome that I live in. This, of course, is a map of the United States, and the red lines show where I have driven with my motorhome. Now, the sugar beets are mostly grown on both sides of North Dakota. This is North Dakota, and you can find sugar beets on this side and on this side. I happen to be here where there's Grand Forks. That is a city that straddles two different states, North Dakota and Minnesota. Interestingly, the farm is in North Dakota, but I had to cross right there just into Minnesota to get into the sugar beet processing plant. Now, this truck is called a Spudnik, which is a funny name for Americans because the word spud is a slang word for a potato. So Americans find this word kind of funny. So here, the machine on the left is called a lifter. It is being pulled by a tractor, and the lifter lifts up the beets and pours them into the back of the truck like this. It is the truck driver's job to maintain a steady pace to be able to line up exactly where he needs to be. So once this fellow leaves, now it is my turn to drive and get up under the lifter. And so I have to look for the operator here and his directions to me. He's gonna tell me to go faster or slower or where to line up. I'm using my mirror to see where exactly to line up. This is what it looks like. So yes, I have to drive this big truck through the city. This truck weighs about 30,000 kilos when it has a full load of beets. And you can see the streets are not very wide here, so I have to be very careful as I go through these streets. And hold on, I may have to stop here. No, I'm good. And I'm coming up on the bridge that is going to take me from North Dakota. I'm in North Dakota right now, and I'm heading towards Minnesota. So this bridge coming up right here is what will take me into Minnesota. The processing plant is in Minnesota. So here we go, over the bridge. The river below is called the Red River. And we are now crossing into Minnesota. There we go. So I'm coming up to the scale house where I will present this card, which has a barcode on it, which tells them which field we have and which truck I am using, how many acres it is, and everything else. So I presented this card, they scanned it, and they weighed me and gave me a ticket with some of the information and the weight. Now I have to call that in so they know how much I weighed. Michael's weight was 64,340. So that was 64,000 pounds, which is just a little under 30,000 kilos. That's a lot of weight. So this is called the piler machine because it piles up the beets into a great big pile. This truck is waiting to go on, and I'll be on the other side. So what happens is, once this truck is ready,
Mike 66 220.
So as you see, this truck goes in and has to go over the ramp and get his back end over the ramp. And once he's in position, they raise the back of it up. They will give him a signal to lift up his bed, and then he will start pouring out his beets. I'll see if I can zoom in so you can see that. But now it's my turn. So let's see how I do. The truck in front of me is getting back his return dirt, which I will have to do. And then you get another weighing at the scale, and you're all set. Oh, okay, so now it's my turn. Let's see if I can get that up. Very narrow place to go, and then this little monitor tells me when to stop. So my truck does not have a bed that lifts up like other trucks. Instead, mine has a conveyor belt, and this conveyor belt will turn and shoot the beets out of my rear end. Wait, I might need to rephrase that. It will unload the beets out of the back of the truck. That's better. So this is the sugar beet processing plant where those beets are turned into sugar. Yes, regular sugar that you put on the table. So this again is the piler, and this is a mountain of beets. Now, you good people of Sachsen-Anhalt have your famous Gradierwerk, but do you have a mountain of beets? I'll bet you can't beat that. So now that I've dropped off my beets, I go back to the scale house, show that same card, and then get another weighing on the scale, and that way we know how much the beets were. As empty, my truck should weigh about 13,500 kilos. So then I have to empty my dirt, which is the fill dirt. And here it comes out right now. Yeah, that's the return dirt. Then we go back and get some more. This happens day and night. It's 24 hours. My shift is 12 hours. And there's a night crew that does another 12 hours. We've got to get these beets out. So remember, this beet makes this sugar. And since sugar comes from beets, and a beet is a vegetable, well then, eating sugar is good for your health. Trust me, I know these things. So have yourself a healthy teaspoon of sugar every day. Now, this is not what you think it is. This stands for the University of North Dakota, but you'll see this everywhere in town. Und. Blah. Oh my, blah. That was stupid.